So if you're a buyer in today's market, you may be wondering what the heck is going on in real estate. Maybe you're confused from all the headlines that are out there stating commission is gone. You don't have to pay your agent. Maybe you do have to pay an agent. We're here to set the record straight and give you 3 key changes that you need to be aware of post NAR settlement as a buyer in today's climate.
Yep. The first thing you need to know is your first step as a buyer now is going to be legally being required to sign a buyer broker agreement with an agent. So you're establishing agency and you are taking responsibility for the commission payment of that agent in a default situation. So it defaults now to you being responsible for commission and negotiating that with the agent that you choose to represent you.
And that agent can't make more than what you guys agree for that agent to be paid in your agreement. So if a seller was paying a 3% commission, but you and your agent agreed to only 2.5%, your agent would only be allowed to make that 2.5% unless they were to get approval to make more money from you, or if you guys modified your agreement or signed a new one.
Right. Yep.
So that's going to be the biggest change. Number 1. What's the second one?
And with that big change, the second thing you need to understand is you are going to have to factor that commission into your overall budget. As of right now, loans do not factor the commission into it. So if you have a loan, you need to understand that this is extra money outside of the offer that you're going to need to come up with. And
in a worst case scenario.
In a worst case scenario, of course, which I guess leads into the third key change.
Is that you still can negotiate this into the transaction to be paid and compensated by the seller.
As a concession, if you would for any other thing, you would be requesting the seller to pay for once into a contract and a negotiation.
Right. So the 3 key changes is 1, you will sign a buyer broker agreement with your agent. You will discuss commission that agent is charging you to represent you in the purchase.
Yep.
Okay. 2, what was 2?
You're going to have to factor in the commission on top of the overall offer price. As of now, maybe lending will change in the future and that'll get factored in and amortized over time. But as of now, you need to have it in your budget to pay whatever that agreed upon percentage is.
That is a key point to make, guys. That is now going to be considered a closing cost of the sale.
Yep.
There will be clear transparency as to how much your agent is making on your behalf for representing you. You've always paid the commission. I want to say that right now.
Through the offer.
Through the economics of the transaction. By you buying a $2 million home and the seller receiving $2 million for their home, the seller was then paying the listing agent a commission who was then co-opting and sharing that commission with the buyer's agent.
Exactly.
That $2 million factored in the commission. So in this particular case, you're still paying for it, but you may be responsible for paying it out of pocket, which has never taken place before.
Right.
It's unprecedented. But like Jackie said, the third point is it can still be negotiated into the transaction to be compensated by the seller as a concession that you would then use to offset your closing costs or obligation of paying your buyer agent's commission.
Exactly. So you need to be really diligent on who you sign that buyer broker contract with, because they're going to be the person that's negotiating this for you and in your favor.
Definitely. So you'll want to start off first and foremost, if you are a buyer in today's climate moving forward, with the buyer consultation. Mm-hmm. Now more than ever, a buyer consultation is the first step, because you will not be touring property with a realtor without signing one of these agreements.
And that's a legal thing.
Right. If an agent chooses not to or whatever, that's a whole nother conversation. But going based off of the settlement, the laws, and the new contracts that are here, we will not be allowed to tour and show you property without signing one of these agreements. So first and foremost will be the buyer consultation. Yep. You will want to talk to this agent, interview them, and make sure they're someone you want to work with and you trust them and have the confidence that they can get this done and what it is that they're going to do to represent you in order to earn a $50,000, $60,000 commission.
That hopefully you're not paying.
Right. That hopefully you are not paying.
Yeah.
If you guys want to learn a little bit more about the questions you should be asking in that buyer consultation when interviewing an agent, check the link below in this YouTube video. We have a link to another video we did regarding important questions you should be asking your agent.
Yep. So I'm Jackie Potter with Compass.
I'm Abel Ramos with Compass.
We got your back.
See you later.